Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallam. Okay, we'll do the verse number 13 onwards. I'm going to show you something else in grammar today. So we looked at the pronoun chart before. Any questions about the pronoun chart? Hopefully you guys, as you practice, I know when I was practicing before with the brothers, we were seeing some of that. So this is the pronoun chart that we have looked at before. Okay, so do people understand this? Any questions about this? Anything I can re-explain? Everybody good? Okay, so let's go on to the verb chart. Okay, so basically the most common verb chart would be like this. And what I wanted to show here is that you have in Arabic language, either the verb is a past tense or it's referring to present or future tense. So I'll repeat it. So the more you say, the easier it becomes. It's either past tense or present or future. Okay? So right now on the screen, on your right hand, you will see the past tense, and on the left you are seeing the column which is for present or future. Okay, so if you look at the difference here, so what this pattern is showing you is, imagine that the word is composed of the three root letters. In this pattern, in this template, is fa, ayn, and lam. Okay, so everything has been derived on this pattern. So to give a concrete example, if the word was, let's say nasara, so if you're focusing on this one nasara here, what is the fa representing? So what are the root letters for nasara? Noun, sad, ra. Okay, so here it's representing fa, ayn, lam. Okay, so fa, ayn, lam, or noun, sad, ra. So everything is just showing you that pattern. Okay, so if you look here if you focus on the past tense, what you're seeing is that it will start with the fa, the first root letter. Okay, what you have at the end, you will have the suffixes or the letters at the end that will tell you who is the doer from a pronoun perspective. From the pronoun perspective. So in this case, fa'ala, who is the doer? He. So that's the pronoun perspective. Fa'ala is he did, and there's no attachment, or there's no prefix, or there's no suffix here. So that's why it gives you the example of he did. If there's a waw, then it means they did. Waw, that means they did. If you have ta, it means you did. Okay, so an example, can we please avoid some disturbance there? It's like really becoming distracting. Fa'alta, so example would be an'amta. An'amta. So remember, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت, the ones that you have favored on. Fa'altu, I did. Okay, so example would be tawakkaltu, I have put my trust, I have relied upon Allah. Tawakkaltu ala Allah, right? And okay, fa'altum, you all did. Fa'alna, we did. And if you have a ta sakin, then that means she did. Okay, now you don't necessarily have to memorize that, but these patterns will come, and then you have to be able to understand that. And remember, our focus is Arabic to English. That's way different than English to Arabic. English to Arabic is harder. Arabic to English is easier because it's already written properly for you. You just have to understand it and comprehend it. And I think it's a clear example. Let's say someone is learning English as a second language. It's easier to read a newspaper, right, as you build your vocabulary, because it's already there. However, now if you have to convert your ideas from your language, your first language, to English, it's harder. So we are trying to do the other way around, which is to understand Arabic as it has been written already. Okay, same now. If you look at the plural, the present or the present of the future, you have now the beginning. The prefix will tell you the doer, right? So ya will be there for he. Okay, and then ya and wa nun will be there for they. Okay, ta will be there for you, and hamza will be there for I, af'alu, and then ta and wawnun for you all, and naf'alu for we, and taf'alu for female, feminine. Okay, there's other information here, but today I just wanted you to show this, and then we'll add more information there. So they have now given you examples like fataha, yaftahu, nasara, yansuru, and so on and so forth. But we'll see that as we go along. But just something for you to remember, that when you're looking at the words, you have these things, so you can now dissect it, inshallah. Okay, let's go to Surah Al-Mulk. Okay, wa and, oh, we use corpus, right? So repeat after me. It's important for you to be engaged. Okay, why is this? Okay, I gotta save this bookmark. The Mulk. Okay. Okay. Wa asirru. So I'll do the Arabic, you do the English. Okay. Wa asirru and conceal. See? So now they have broken it down for you, right? The waw, the first waw is for and. Now they're showing you the verb component is this hamza, sin, ra. Right, that's the verb component, and then the waw is here. This is denoting the plural. Wa asirru, and you all can conceal, right? Whether you choose to conceal. So the root letters here are sin, ra, ra. Wa asirru. Okay. Now, because it has come, I'm just going to quickly show you something. See, now the other form of the words is basically the command form. Right, when you're making it in a command or in a request form. So what happens is that typically you would add a hamza, and the first letter, or the first root letter, will become sakin. So that's what will happen typically. But there are other forms to it. So this is the command form. That's why you have this hamza, wa asirru. It's not fully following this pattern because of some other reasons, but that's one of the hints that you can have. So wa asirru, and whether you hide qawlakum, your speech. So yours is coming from kum, okay? Aw, or ijharu. Okay, so see now this is a very that's a great example. The first letter, the first root letter, which is what? Jim. See, alif has been added to make it the command. So the word is jahara, right? To hide, or to reveal, to be open, right? So jahara. So now you made this first letter sakin, ijharu, or wijharu. Okay, so that's a command form or a request form. Ijharu, or you hide, or you make it apparent, you proclaim. Clear? Bihi, wait it. Innahu alimum. So this is from Ain Lam Mim. So this has come before. Bidhati as-sudur. Press. Okay, good. Ala ya'lamu. He knows. Okay, now they don't have it here, but what it means is he knows. So this ya is for he. So it's the same pattern that I was showing you here. So what do you think is this yaf'alu pattern? Right? Ya'lamu. Yaf'alu ya'lamu. Man khalaqa. So he created. Okay? So this is the he created pattern right away, right? Fa'ala khalaqa. Wa huwa al-latif. The subtle, the kind, al-khabir, the audible. Okay, good. Huwa alladhi ja'ala. So see, this is all very straightforward. Huwa is he, alladhi, the one who. We have seen this several times now. Ja'ala, like khalaqa, he made. Lakum, for you all. Al-arda, dhalulan, famshu. This is a command. See, the meme has become sakin, right? Famshu is like in the command form. Famshu, so walk. Fi, in manakibiha. Okay, if you want to be more literal, the ha is pointing to, the ha is for her. In the manakib of her manakib, okay, her paths. What is this her pointing to? Do you guys first of all see that ha is for her from the pronoun chart? Okay, let me show you quickly. If you want to quickly refer to the pronoun chart, no problem. You can go there, look at your pronoun chart right here. This is it. Hiya, ha. So ha is for her, okay, and he is for? No, so the who or he is for he. The who or he is for he. So we just saw that actually. Awijharu bihi, right? Whether you hide it or you make it apparent bihi with it. So the he was, that was a masculine noun, right? That's talking about the qawlakum. Wa asirru qawlakum awijharu bi. So whether you hide your statements or you make it apparent, bihi, he was pointing to the qawl. Qawl was a masculine noun. Okay. Now here the ha is pointing to the she or her manakib. So usually if you don't know what the pronoun is referring to, it's referring to the last item that was talked about. So what is the last item that's talked about here? The earth. So Allah has made the earth dhalul for you. So you walk in its manakib, meaning in the manakib, in the path of earth. So earth is a feminine noun. Wakulu. Okay, so this is also a command form, but it's not following the same pattern, but it's a command form. And you can see it in the details here. It says imperative verb, meaning it's a command form. So kulu, the waw is for plural, right? Asirru, ijharu, kulu. So this is all talking to you all. So you all do this. Eat. Min, from, rizkihi. Okay, so that's interesting. I don't know why. It's interesting. I don't know the answer for this at the moment. Oh, sorry. It means rizkihi, his provision. So the provision of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, wa ilayhi, and to him. So now all this he is pointing to Allah, right? Huwa alladhi, right? So Allah is the one who has, so it's not talking about the earth anymore, because earth, it was using the feminine pronoun. Wa ilayhi an-nushur. And to him is the resurrection. Let me show you something interesting here. See, what this is doing is actually, okay, that's too complicated. Because it shows you that connection to the noun and whatnot. Okay. Amintum, so a is for question. I think we have talked about this earlier. So if the first, it starts with a, that's for a question. Amintum, do you feel secure? So Hamza Mim Noon is for security, for Aman, for peace, and Tum is for you all. Amintum, do you feel secure? Man, who, fi, in, as-sama'i, the heaven. I'm just going fast on things that we have already done. An, or it can also mean then, that, right? Amintum man fi samai an, that, yakhsifa, right? Khasin fa is to swallow. Ya is for he. He will cause to swallow bikum, with you all. Al-arda. So he will cause the earth to swallow you all. Okay, so if you remember from last time, so earth here is the object. Earth is, that's why it's arda. Okay, so the earth will be caused to swallow you. Fa'idha, then, when, idha ja'a nasrullahi, right? When. Hiya, it, tamur. So hiya is for she. This she is what? Feminine, which is the earth. So fa'idha hiya, so the earth, tamur, it sways. means or, amintum same thing, man fis samai, all the same pattern, and that. So see, now here they say that. So, yursila, now here, ra, sin, lam, that's the same root letters for rasul, to someone that's sent. Yursila, he will send. Okay, so now ya is for he. So same pattern as yaf'alu, but some of the harakas are different, but it's the same pattern. Here, yursila alaykum, upon you, hasiba, storm of stones. Fasata'lamun. Okay, now that's the big one. Let's dissect. Fa, then, seen is for soon. Then, seen is for soon, and then you have the green is showing you the verb. So the verb is ayn, lam, mim. Okay, the root letters are ayn, lam, mim, which is to know. The ta means
First person.
second person.
That's in front of you, right?
Yeah, so that's second, right? First person, me. Me first always, right? That's why it's like me first, you second, they third. Okay, ta'lamun, the wawnun is for plural, so you will all know. Soon you will all know. Kayfa, how, nadhir was his warning. Walaqad, and indeed. So now the lam fatha, it also means surely, right? So you have double emphasis here. That's why saying certainly emphasis. Laqad, certainly, definitely. So you have double emphasis here. Kadhaba, night, right? Alladhina, those who, min, from qablihim, before them. Fakayfa, kayfa is coming again. Fakayfa, kana, nakir, rejection. Beautiful. So I think, yeah, that's what we did till today. And good, we have still 4 minutes to our official time. So any questions about this? So that's what I'm saying, like, please practice at home. Take one word, few word, whatever you can. Keep adding to your vocabulary. Read fast. We talked about that example. Come at 7:30 so we can practice together. But keep coming, right? It's just going to be this incremental growth. And then, inshallah, in a year or a few months, you'll look back and you'll see how far you have come along. But consistency is the key. Questions, comments, concerns? Yes? The pronoun one? Yeah. Okay.
Can you focus on one word like the huwa?
Okay. How about here?
Huwa, the first one, the top right one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get there. Oh, all right. Okay.
So huwa means he.
Mm-hmm.
What is this nasb, jar, or what is that like?
Yeah, so I guess we can skip that for now. So basically, all right, let's just talk about it. So this is additional detail. So every noun in the Arabic language can have different states. A noun can have different states. Okay, the 3 states that a noun can be in is either in the state of marfu or raf, or in the state of jar or nasb. Okay, so these are the 3 states. Either it can be marfu, nasb, or jar. Okay, now these states have a function. Depending on how the noun is being used, it will be in one of these 3 states. Okay, there are some rules that define that state. Okay, so the same person. So if we were to take a human example, the same human being. So you, for example, you are also playing the role of a father, right? When you're dealing with your child. You're also playing a role of a husband when you're dealing with your wife, right? You're also playing the role of an architect when you're at work, right? And you're also playing the role of an athlete when you're in the gym. So you have all these different roles, same person, depending on where you are. Similarly, a noun can have these 3 different states. Okay, so now, so in this example, in the regular stance, it's called raf or marfu, right? So when we're talking about qul huwa Allahu ahad, he Allah is. So you're talking about someone, it will be raf state. If you're talking about someone who is doing an action, the boy kicked the ball, so the boy will be in the state of raf. Okay. However, now let's talk about the other 2 examples. If the noun is in the state of an object or related to an object, meaning that action was done onto them, then it will be in the state of Nasb. Okay? If the noun is in the state of relationship, so then it will be in the state of Jarr. So we saw these examples today. I'm going to show you quickly. Now that you've asked, why not? And this is what I was saying. These are additional details that can help you, especially with the memorization of the book. It may not necessarily help you with understanding because you primarily need the vocabulary. So now here, all these additional details are mentioned. So you know how we saw the word, okay, here. So as-samai is it's talking about the skies, right? So in Quran, you will see as-sama'u, you will also see as-sama'a, and you will also see as-sama'i, depending on what is the function of as-sama, the skies, in that sentence. Okay? So here it's called, look, majroor from jar. Why is it majroor? Because fa, these prepositions like fa and ba and li, they are all called harf jar. They make the next word become majroor. So fis samai, bismillahi, bismi. Why is it bismi? Why is it ending in a kasra? It's because of the ba, which is also harf jar. Okay? The last time we were seeing that, khalqir rahmani, ma tara fi khalqir rahmani, the creation of the most merciful. So ar-rahmani was because of this relationship, the creation of the most merciful. Okay? The other example that we had today, let's go back on the previous one. Okay, see, arda. So this is now, it's calling mansub, ism mansub from nasb. Right? Why? What is the function of earth here? So it's an object. It's an object. So yakhsifa bi alladhi ja'ala lakum al-arda dhaluna. So Allah has created the earth. Right? So it's an object. It's something that action was performed on. Okay, let's see what other examples we have. Yeah, so and then again, if it's a simple doer, then it will be in the state of marfu. So anyways, going back to your primary question, so when it's in the state of huwa is the default state, right? When you're describing someone, that person is the actor, he's the doer of an action, it will be always huwa. If it's in the state of either receiving an action or showing some sort of a relationship, then you would have either who or he. Okay, so for example, kitabuhu, or today we had what? Bihi, remember? وَأَسِرُّوا قَوْلَكُمْ أَوْ اجْهَرُوا bihi. So what's the action here? The action is to hide or to declare. That's the action. What's the object? The qawl. So now you're representing the qawl with a pronoun he, so then you will have who or he. Okay. Same thing with, biyadihi, in his hands. Now you're showing a relationship, his hands. Biyadihi al-mulk wa huwa ala kull. So you'll have this thing. Clear? I can repeat it. But anyways, you don't necessarily, this is not something that we are worried about right now. That's an additional level of detail where you see the function. So what we have talked in general, if you want to see that from when you're going into more details, every noun can either be marfu, mansub, or majroor. And that's what you will see there. Okay? Now, when something is in that state, they wear a different clothes, right? As we said, like an architect would probably wear a different form of clothing than a father, than someone in the gym, than a husband, and so on and so forth. Now, so there's different varieties of that. So here you see one variety of it. We saw one example was that, the word ends with a kasra or a fatha. That's one example. That's not the only way that some noun can be marfu or majroor. There are other ways of it too, but that's one of the very common ways. Okay, so that's a good introduction warm up there. Okay, brilliant. So keep working on it. As I said, consistency is what will make you win. Keep coming. If something is not clear, I'm willing to stay after, before. I'm here to make it easy for you, but just need to put in the work, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.